WCL is the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't.
All right, so I'm giving a dub out to the Hasbro Doom helmet. This shit looks awesome. I hope Hasbro does get back to stuff like this. Also, Marvel has to have good content for them to tie it to. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. I'm getting one. Need this. Shout out to Hasbro. Like a fully encompassing Doom helmet. Oh yeah, need parts. This just might be my Halloween costume. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna feel like it's gonna be a little bit too on the nose to what Marvel got going on with Doomsday, but this just might be my Halloween costume. I'm thinking about a costume right now.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. You know what? The reason I was shaking my head was because I didn't know if it came with a hood or something akin to that, a jacket, but it does. It looks like so.
I would have found a cow. Well, that's not hard. That ain't no problem.
No, but that's kind of pivotal to the mask as well. So I mean, I figured it needed to come with it.
But I would have found me a little trench. You know what I'm saying? A little, or what do you call that? A little cloak. A cloak. Found me a little cloak. Shout out to Chillmonger for bringing it back up to make sure it didn't miss my list. I did watch Elimination Chamber last night. I did have to suffer through, a middle section. I swear to God, in between the men's Elimination Chamber, when Jade Cargill whooped Naomi's ass out of nowhere, that was some of the most boring shit. And I've also noticed something now that I've been watching wrestling again, is that they have significantly shortened the amount of matches on a pay-per-view, but increased the amount of time in the match. So now they're putting the onus on the wrestlers to get very creative to keep the audience's attention, which I in these bigger matches like the Royal Rumbles or the Elimination Chambers, it really shows, because a lot of time, man, they catching breath. They catch and win. They're going all out trying to do big moves or big sets or big volleys, and then they're taking a long time trying to catch their breath. So what'll end up happening is that you'll have in the ring John Cena, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre, right? But you'll only have two people fighting at a time. That doesn't lead to the most engaging matches. That was until Cody Rhodes gives the Rock his response to getting his soul taken. I think the verbiage around this entire promo was nuts. I felt like we could have picked better verbiage, but that's what we were left with. Cody, are you going to let me take your soul? That's where we're at. And man, yeah, that was the proposition. Can I take your soul? Will you give me your soul? Can I? Yeah, that was it. Very pause worthy. But
that's crazy.
What I didn't see coming, I saw Cody rejecting it coming out of hand. I saw that. Didn't really like Cena winning the Elimination Chamber. Wasn't really my stilo. But then Cena, heel turning on Cody Rhodes at the last minute. The Rock giving them the take him out symbol as he's hugging Cody Rhodes. I didn't see that coming. That was very surprising. Jade Cargill popping out in the beginning. I thought she was going to tear Liv Morgan up and set her up for Naomi to get a quick pinfall, get Liv out of there. No, she brutalized Naomi. And to be honest with you, with Bianca Belair winning the Women's Elimination Chamber and fighting big 7 foot tall girl, she's fucking huge. Rhea Ripley,
7 foot tall girl.
She's not really 7 foot tall, but she's tall as shit. She's fucking huge. I don't really know where that leaves the Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair and Naomi arc. I don't know where that leads that, because obviously Bianca Belair going on to try to take that belt off of Rhea Ripley. So I don't know what the hell is going to happen in the meantime with the former tag champs and Jade Cargill. I don't even know what all that was about. Maybe they're going to try and say that, Naomi was the one that pushed Jade Cargill, because Jade Cargill's been out. We're doing a lot of wrestling talk. Sorry, but the heel turn was the dub. John Cena and his, retirement run is going to turn heel. Going to have an actual heel turn.
Okay, John Cena's heel. So then,
J.
does he become a rapper again?
No. I don't think he's going that far back. He's not going to start calling the attitude adjustment the FU, which really pissed me off. You know why that pisses me off? It's like, because my boy was he was like, oh, they're going away from the attitude era. They gotta clean things up. So then he put CM Punk in a submission, and guess what the submission is called, Josh?
The STFU?
Yes, sir. So we can have the STFU, but we can't have the FU. Man, get on.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I
always liked the FU because it was right around the same time that Brock Lesnar was doing the F5.
Had the F5, so, right? I'm like, he put him up on the show. He's like, hey, you the FU. Here's Michael Cole. He's getting him ready for the attitude adjustment. I'm like, the who now?
Yikes. That's gross. That's gross. That's Temu FU. Yes, no, throwback jerseys, blockchain, basic thugonomics, music, and I will start watching wrestling again. Freestyles during mic work. Yeah, I will start watching again. I agree, MoFly, and a clear adjustment to this would be to allow John Cena to wear throwback jerseys and start doing freestyles again, but that's just me.
Ew. All right.
John Cena, big Spirit of St. Louis basketball jersey.
No.
Throwback Joe Namath with a
Mm-mm.
backwards fitted hat.
Honestly, I think it's the roids, man. I think because he's not on the roids anymore and he's got the dad haircut, it's growing out, and then not the buzz cut anymore. I think he's lost some of the aesthetic for me. But I'm not gonna lie, the heel turn matches what's lost in the visual aesthetic. It really does, because I don't like it, and and he's doing things that I don't like. It matches. I honestly think, you know what happened? I think that they looked at how his whole Kobe retirement tour was going and how it was being received, and they were like, screw it, let's roll with it. People obviously don't like it, so let's just lean into it and make me the heel. I think that was a very astute kind of observation. Now they gotta take that same type of mindset and fix what's going on in the meat of some of these matches, because Elimination Chamber for large parts of last night was pretty boring. I have to admit, it was pretty snoozer worthy. My first L is going out to Kevin Lyles, who's gotten himself swept up into some nasty business.
Take it out.
No.
Take it out. That's my dub or L. That's my L.
So it just seems like there's weird cases going all around on UMG. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's first of all, Kevin Lyles was very pivotal in the Def Jam run, and then that became the Atlantic run because they all went to Atlantic afterwards. And he's been behind T.I.'s career, Young Thug. So if you're not aware of Kevin Lyles, where the hell is the bookmark? If you're not aware of who Kevin Lyles is, he's been behind some huge rappers' careers. Big name.
I wonder if he's gonna join Russell and Bali.
You're joking. First of all, he looks exactly like
Russell Simmons.
Crazy.
I wonder if hey, what if he joined Russell Simmons and Bali and just like sat next to him, and when they attempted to extradite him, they wouldn't say who's who.
That's crazy.
So they raid Russell Simmons' compound. He shaves his head. He sits right next to Russell Simmons. They refuse to say who's who.
That'd be nuts.
So do they arrest both of them and try them both, since they won't say who's who?
Realistically, yes, they probably should do that. But if they only took one, that'd be nuts.
What if they didn't take either one? It was like, we had to come back home. They wouldn't tell us which one was Kevin Lyles and which one was Russell Simmons. We couldn't process them. We left them both there.
That would be nuts too.
The American criminal justice system in a nutshell.
Right.
We left them both because we couldn't tell them apart.
All right, so music executive Kevin Lyles, Def Jam, and UMG are being sued for sexual assault in a new lawsuit. The fact that UMG is included in this lawsuit is crazy. This could be one they lose. All right. The anonymous female accuser recently filed a suit in New York Supreme Court claiming she was sexually harassed and assaulted by Lyles during her time as an employee at Def Jam during the early 2000s. That's crazy. The lawsuit alleges Lyles, who was the president of Def Jam at the time, began by making unwanted sexual advances and derogatory comments toward the complainant. Things eventually escalated to him pushing his body against her breasts and grabbing her buttocks. At one alleged instance in 2002, Doe claims Lyles raped her after, or R-worded her, after she rebuffed his advances. Nasty work. Doe filed the lawsuit under the Victims of I've heard about this. The Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, which allows victims of crimes that happen past the statute of limitations to file a lawsuit before March 1st, is the same thing that they tried to say. No, I heard this from Dr. Umar. He said that this is the thing that led to Diddy and Jay-Z's cases. I guess it's a real thing.
So this is a New York thing, I'm assuming, because all of this is attached to New York. Hey, listen, man, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think that time should necessarily protect you from dirty deeds. At the same time, you do open yourself up to that type of criticism as an individual when you bring these claims with it being so far. Right, that's a natural thing. That's what victims have had to deal with for years, right? It's kind of a cycle. You hold it in for so long because you're scared to tell people, and you finally come out, and then they're like, "Well, why'd you wait so long?" Right? It's a nasty little catch-22. I do think that law, while it's just like anything, right? The people who don't have the justice at the top of their brain, right? They're trying to bring someone down. They're trying to unduly influence someone's career by using that law. There are always going to be individuals who have that at the top of their mind, right? I think that it's possible that could have been used, but at the same time, if I can find the dirt, I can find the dirt.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm not so far on the Dr. Umar side of it where it's like, oh, well, this whole thing is boiled down to the ability to go back 20 years and compile all this data. Well, fam, if it's there, it's there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going so far as to saying the entire case is illegitimate because they went back so far to get the information. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Is there any pause for the fact that this came so close to the March 1st deadline compared to at least Diddy and Jay-Z's cases?
Look, you already know how I feel about it. And the accusation is just that, right? You still have to go into court and prove all of this. So at the end of the day, it's not like it all stops here, right? This just means that we're able to get into court and argue it. Kevin Lyles is a very resourceful individual. He undoubtedly will have a more powerful lawyer than the person he's lining up against. So if there's no merit to any of this, ultimately that's where it should end, right? Like the fact that they are able to bring it up should stop at the level of having to go through the embarrassment and spend the money to fight it. If there's no merit to the case, then obviously that is the stronger position to take. So all in all, I don't feel like anybody's in any worser position than where they started, because we're in court. We're going to have everybody, we're going to have to bring the evidence. We're going to have to hear all the arguments. But at the same time, it's still a very David and Goliath setup where you have this individual versus this, essentially this conglomerate, this big business, because it's not just Kevin Lyles, it's UMG as well. And they have every bit of interest in seeing him walk on these charges because they're tied up into it synonymously. They're tied to it.
Yeah. I will say this, just to kind of, I guess, maybe paint the picture of what that place could have been like. An absolute madhouse. You've got the world's biggest artists in Def Jam. You got the Jay-Z's, the Fabulouses, crazy amounts of artists in this building, and you've got record execs like Kevin Lyles and potentially even guys like Mike Kaiser, who I've even heard crazy stories about, feeling like they're at the top of the world. They've got all this money, but they're not famous, and they feel like they could probably get away with a lot of shit. Like, not to say that these things happen. I just want to say that I could only imagine what it was like and Def Jam in the early 2000s. Mind you, they made the Big Pimpin' video and all that shit in the 2000s. Like, crazy. It must have been a madhouse during that time. So just throwing that out there.
Bali, you better, if you don't want him over there, you better put a block on that man's passport because he's talking to Russell Simmons as we speak.
Facts.
Kevin, I would love to have you over here. You know, you look just like me. If they ever come looking for either one of us, we could just say we don't know where we are.
That's a Mike Tyson voice.
Same person. Same voice. Definitely same voice.
I'm like, where did I hear him do this recently? That's Mike Tyson.
I'm giving an L to Fox Sports in how they have handled this whole lawsuit situation. Fam, do you know that Charlie Dixon got suspended?
I did not know that, actually.
But I bet you probably know that Joy Taylor got suspended, don't you?
I did know that.
Yeah. So homeboy been on indefinite leave since all of this rolled out, since she dropped the lawsuit. They just recently, it got leaked that Joy Taylor wasn't on vacation, allegedly. And none of this has been corroborated by Fox Sports because they haven't given comment to any of it. But allegedly, Joy Taylor's most recent vacation after she had came back and been on TV was actually prompted by Fox Sports in an indefinite leave. So now we got conflicting reports about Joy Taylor. Meanwhile, homeboy, the executive Charlie Dixon, been on executive leave whole time. Fox News has said nothing about any of it.
Of course not.
This is a circus. It's a circus. And the unfortunate part about it is that homeboy Dixon is going to be innocent until proven guilty. Meanwhile, everybody's already made up their mind. Joy Taylor's already been convicted. Already. I just feel like that shit is unfair. Nobody has been proven guilty from Charlie Dixon all the way down, but the people who are getting the worst of it is Joy Taylor, right? Emmanuel Acho's still on TV. Dixon on a vacation. Let's just call it what it is. And Joy Taylor is the one getting dragged through the mud.
And Skip.
And that wasn't even old girl's aim. She's suing Skip Bayless and Charlie Dixon and Fox Sports, not Joy Taylor. That's why I said her even bringing her up in this lawsuit was a bunch of fuck shit. It was a bunch of bullshit. Of bullshit just to get people talking about it.
Now, I will only say if it ever came out that what she said about what she was going to eventually do with Charlie Dixon and, accuse him, that's some fuck shit. But that has to come out, and we need to confirm that actually happened. And since Joy just said it to her, I don't think that's actually going to come out.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
I want to give an L to Fewtch. So Fewtch apparently has had a relationship with a girl for the past 5 years, and she is recently deciding to go to social media with it. And that's not that crazy. And honestly, it sounds like it's in Fewtch's wheelhouse to have some
a secret
like
relationship.
Yeah, that sounds right up his alley.
I don't know if it. Well, I'll let you finish telling the story before I judge. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the only thing is, like at one point, she's taking a video and they're like arguing back and forth with each other. And while I am completely aware that Fewtch is both a simp and he's the toxic king, this don't fit either one of those wheelhouses, and it just fits a real weird vibe for me for Fewtch. Here we go.
Bro, don't worry.
Don't text my phone. Don't text. Excuse me? Stop fucking playing. Listen, at the end of the day, I promise you on my life, on my fucking life, on everything in my life. All you had to do is shut the fuck up. All you had to do, keep on fucking playing with me over and over and over and over and over and over again. You're gonna fucking learn. I promise you, because I'm gonna fucking teach you. I promise I'm going to teach you, bitch.
Now, okay. clearly wild.
I'm not gonna lie. All I heard that nigga say in the background was, "I don't know you."
I don't know you, bro.
So that was far from a confirmation of a secret relationship.
Well, no, she's been saying things outside of that video.
Okay.
The point is, like I said, that doesn't really fit my thought of what Future's vibe is. I feel like Future would be like, "I'm good, love," and then hang up the phone, not sit there and entertain an argument with a girl while you know she's like videotaping the whole thing. Like, it just doesn't fit what I think of Future, and it's just like,
I don't know. I can't make heads or tails out of this particular situation. Again, from what you just showed me, it seemed like he said several times, "I don't know you," and that was his response.
Maybe she's capping. Maybe she's capping.
At the same time, I do understand why celebrities would want to keep their relationships private.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know how that would lead into what we're looking at right now. But yeah, no, I mean it. I don't know. This is kind of a weird situation.
Again, I only fit him in an extremely simp role where he's talking about, I know I'm gonna get my bitch back, ooh, and go and fuck that nigga, get it over with. That's simp Future. And then there's the toxic king that we all know. So like, this doesn't fit either one of those boxes, and I need her to quit because she's fucking up the vibe of Future. That's all I'm saying.
She's fucking up the vibe of Future. It's crazy.
She's fucking up the vibe.
What if he actually like pretend wifed her, and then he just
it's not even the 5-year relationship. It's the argument. It's Future, bro. You don't need to argue with this. You don't need to do this. Like, tell her I'm good, love, and then hang up the phone.
Or not even pick up. You're right. He didn't even have to pick up the phone. Didn't have to be on the phone with her at all. And him repeating, "I don't know you," lets me know that he probably knew that she was recording it. So then why even pick it up? Yeah, I mean, niggas do dumb shit too. We got to.
Yeah, I mean, you know, play his fuck up. Play his fuck up. I'll give him that. But like I said, it just didn't fit my thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm giving a L to Trump supporters, but I'm doing so with the help of She Is Amani B. Let's watch this video.
So there's a white woman's video who's gone viral talking about going to Mexico to get dental work.
So I just got the quote from the dentist in Mexico I've been looking to go see because, no offense to my current dentist in the United States, I love him. He does a really great job, and I wish I could go to him. I just can't afford dental care in the United States.
And while there were a ton of comments and people talking about the medical care system and kikiing with her in the comments, my spidey senses told me to dig a little deeper. And here's what I found.
What a beautiful morning. So grateful that Trump got
I'm throwing a party.
So much easier.
Fam, how do you get from Trump is in office, everything is great, I'm throwing a party, to my dentist is too expensive and he hasn't even been in office a full 2 months yet? I like
be a low information voter.
You're going across the border that you keep telling me is supposed to keep the Mexicans
illegals
out of our
illegals out.
country.
I need to go where the illegals are coming from to work on my tooth. Yeah, no, be a low information voter. You don't have to know how your ideology actually makes sense practically when you're a low information voter. It doesn't have to make sense. You just follow the idols and the figures. That's how the political systems are supposed to make, right? Oh, I'm a Democrat. Oh, I'm a Republican. There are people up there flashing these signs at me, telling me where to go, what to follow, what's right, what's wrong. I don't have to actually break down and legitimize it to you. I don't have to tell you how this works practically. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. We hate Biden. We hate Trump. That's how flattened out we've made our politics nowadays. So yeah, she was happy when Trump got elected. Somehow that was better for her life because, you know, this is America and she's white. And then she found out that, you know, things didn't immediately get better for her and her broken ass tooth after Trump got elected. And now she's going to where all the illegals and rapists come from and drug dealers to get her tooth fixed.
Like, just explain to me how we're making America great again when you're going to Mexico to get dental work.
Making America great again with Mexican teeth.
Like, they're also making your landscaping great. They're also, let me not Kelly Osbourne in this situation. That's just a joke. Okay, my last one should be a quick one. You know, a lot of times I looked at some of the things that Kendrick has said during the beef with Drake as prophecy, and some of those things eventually came true. A lot of the things that he said in the age or a lot of the things that he said in the beef are aging very well. Party in the party playing with his nose, dog. It's a thing. He is definitely on the nose candy. For him to
diss in Tory Lanez.
For him to diss Tory Lanez without speaking to Tory Lanez, without addressing what actually happened and what was actually said, for you to take it to wax before confirming is coke behavior. It's giving coke.
People do that nowadays. On coke or off of it.
It's giving coke. Well, yes, people do that regardless, but in this case, you went off the handle and said, boy, I don't fuck with you. I don't know you. We not friends or whatever he said. Bro, I'm in jail. I'm trying to fight this case. I don't know what you're talking about. Confirm with me if you're going to take it to wax. Men everywhere, speak to the person that you have beef with to confirm it's beef before you just fly off the handle.
That's probably a good, yeah, absolutely. What a great thing to say. You should probably confirm with the people that you have beef with that you actually have beef before you just start speaking wildly.
Have a conversation is what I'm saying. Especially when it comes down to a miscommunication like this. Like, if you have a phone number, call that person. Just saying.
There's a reason Party wasn't in Elimination Chamber with Aubrey.
Was Drake actually at Elimination
Chamber? I would say, was either one of them at Elimination Chamber? I didn't see that.
That's kind of crazy.
It wasn't Toronto. It was definitely
Party was pretty black on that album. I know that much for sure. Party's music for people who snort coke in the morning. Now I will say, Party had a great first album and second. Second was okay. What he's been dropping recently has been dog shit, and I don't understand. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, he was ringside.
Party or Drake?
So you mean to tell me he canceled? Oh, we didn't talk about this.
Wait. Drake was ringside or Party? He said there's a reason why Party wasn't at Elimination Chamber with Aubrey. Drake was ringside Elimination Chamber.
He canceled his tour dates in Australia to show up to Elimination Chamber.
To go pick at Elimination Chamber. So make this make sense. So he has scheduling conflicts that kept him from making those tour dates. Meanwhile, on a Saturday evening in Toronto at 7 Eastern, he's sitting down fucking off. People, they weren't buying those tickets, y'all. The New Zealanders didn't want to see it. The Australians didn't want to see it. And that's embarrassing because he had to go all the way there to sell some tickets in the first place.
I'll do you one further. Some of them were buying tickets, but the only reason they were buying tickets is to ask him for donations and gifts. They tried to Dr. Umar this man at his concert. Donations, gifts. My mother is dying. Give me money, Drake. Like, that's why they were buying tickets. They thought this was a
giveaway. He did do the XQC stream right before he went down to New Zealand, didn't he?
Yeah.
He like, man, let's boost these ticket sales, man. Maybe y'all might get a gift if y'all comes into the concert.
I mean, he settled with iHeart. Well, we don't think that's money though.
I don't think that's money because again, there was no seek of monetary compensation with iHeart. He was asking for information. So whatever information he was asking for, they gave it to him. Let's see if that helps him in his, his ventures further with UMG.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, I will say this. If that's the case and iHeart gave him money, that's cool because the real partnership is behind UMG and Spotify. And where they can actually control things would be with the streaming companies, not the radio.
Let me be clear. I don't give a fuck if he get paid or not. This was never about Drake suing UMG. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's not hip hop. I was worried about the battle.
No,
about Drake versus Kendrick. All of this shit got to do with him. This is his business now.
Facts.
This doesn't affect the battle either which way for me.
But nothing is impacting the battle here because you've already clearly lost to Kendrick. This
shit is over. This shit has been done. There's no relitigating this. Is over. And honestly, I'm surprised we got through this entire stream without somebody else who's also trying to relitigate their legacy. And your boy, North Carolina's very own,
He's trying to relitigate his legacy
Yes.
with court documents. What are you talking about?
Who do you think I'm talking about right now?
No, I think you're talking about Cole.
Right.
He's trying to relitigate.
Why is he
it,
back outside talking tough again?
Oh well, no. Wait. So let me
Why
say
are
this.
you back outside.
Let me say
talking
this.
tough again. Go to your corner where you wanted to be. Go sit
Clouds.
down.
Clouds was tough, but at the same time, I don't want to hear you talking about some of the things you're talking about. That's the problem.
Up. It's over forever. I'm not playing this game with niggas. It's over for done. Dunskies.
You can't do that no more.
Outside talking.
You can't do that. Yeah, that's a fact.
Shut up. Oh, Clouds was so dope. No.
Clouds was from a lyrical standpoint.
No, you're not allowed.
But it's the subject matter.
Penalty.
It's the subject matter.
It's a penalty. Go.
It's the subject matter. Yeah, it is. I agree. Yeah. No, I think he still has the talent, and I don't think we ever refuted that. I think you need to take a different approach on your subject matter because nobody wants to hear I'm the best and I will take down anybody.
That big dog energy is gone. It's gone.
But I think he can craft an album that's still good without alluding to that, though.
Yeah, but he clearly doesn't.
But he's not. But he's not. But he
wants people to still bow and still treat him like he is one of them ones. And we're not doing that no more. Every time you talk like that, people gonna be like, "Hey, what about Kendrick though? But what about Kendrick? Hey, but what about Kendrick? But what about Kendrick?" You're never gonna be able to get away from that. You were the one. Oh, come on, I got my chin out. Hit me with your best shot. You wanted to do that shit, right? You wanted to be the bigger person. You wanted to be the mentally sane. You know what he did? He convinced himself that he would be more mentally stable and sane as a competitor, which is crazy, but you would be more mentally sane outside of the beef than you would have been competing within it. And I think he's finding now that people have readjusted their perspective on Cole. He's starting to feel that. And now maybe it's like, oh, well, maybe, I got these bars. I do got these bars and, it's over with, but I can still slide you one of these bars every time I want to. And I can still talk about you subliminally and I can still get these jabs off. No, shut up. Shut up.
What if he kills another rapper? Like, what if he engages in a beef, or what if somebody engages in a beef with him? He destroys them, but it's not Kendrick, obviously.
Ooh. Yeah, I was gonna say who.
I mean, I don't know who. Like, what if Joey Badass starts swinging at him instead of Kendrick because he couldn't get him, and then
not J. Cole needs to catch a body.
But can it be anybody other than Kendrick or Drake?
Sure, but it's got to be a name. Not Joey Badass.
Okay, so it's got to be Big Sean, Wale, maybe
in that realm, yeah. Because here's the thing: one of your peers, one of the people that popped out with you, challenged you, and you backed away. So if we're saying that bodying another rapper is going to even that out in people's minds, then you gotta come with somebody notable.
Well, actually, he threw a rock and then hit his hand. That's what actually happened. Because he did this.
Yeah, he did this.
But then he said, "No, take that shit off. That was corny," and then took it off the street.
yeah.
Which is probably even worse.
And now he's back outside, still sneak dissing. I don't want any of it. Wash my body.
That's fair. That's fair. I am glad he still got it. I don't know why I would think it ever left, but yeah, you don't need to be saying bars like that.
That is W's and L's. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Put your W's and L's in the prompt below. Make sure you like. Oh, I said that again. We do this every Sunday live. You can catch the replays every Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Absolutely. Make sure that you check out previous W's and L's in our playlist to catch up on some of the stories that we talked about in previous weeks. And then, like you said, make sure you subscribe. We like to do the actual recap every Wednesday at 10.